Actually, let me all right, let me kill the music here. We can bring this up. Magica Blade, in my opinion, Fengrush. What, that I should play? That'll take a little work. Takes a little talent. Kraken's so good. It's got that dark, rich styles the armor. I don't know what I'm wearing on this guy. I think Eben. What's up, Malevolent? Story time. Here we go. Don't do drugs. Thank you. Exactly. All right, Summerset. Here we go. The next chapter. So I don't know how much this chapter is actually. I don't know if this one costs as much as Morrowind did. So the PTS is now up. We'll be doing that in a minute here. So we got jewelry crafting, new trial, new zone, Sigic Order skill line. Should you join the order, you'll gain access to 5 active abilities and 5 passive abilities. Should you join the order? It's like it's a choice. Like it's a quest line, like joining Vampire or something. Should you pay the money, you can get those. So we got transmuting rings next. This is good. This is good. There's 12-man trial, Cloud Rest. Are there monster sets? I don't think there's monster sets in this, right? 2-piecers? You guys know? $40 for the special edition? Oh, that's not bad. Alright. Okay, here we go. Bullet points. I like that. Alright. I don't know what abyssal geysers are. We read everything else there. Base game. Battlegrounds moving to base game. This I heard about. That's a good thing. That's awesome. Morrowind, Warden, available in the Crown Store. Okay. It's kind of weird. Class is sold, but new motifs, achievements, Alliance War, Battleground collectibles. New Alliance War collectibles, huh? Alright. Champion point increase. Crown Store gifting. Fixes and improvements. Clockwork, Dark Brotherhood, Dragon Bones, Imperial City. Got some fixes and improvements in Imperial City. That's the first thing I want to jump to here. You guys know I love IC. Combat and gameplay, we got bounce. Fixes. Alright, this is mostly what we'll look at, because I'm going to skip around through here. Base game, Alliance War PvP. Combat gameplay we'll look at. We'll kind of shoot through a couple of them. Wow. Very glad we're not capturing chat on here. Very inappropriate stuff going on there. Let's see what we got here. So this is the new zone. Alright, Sigic Order skill line. So this I'd rather look at when we get in game on the PTS. Just kind of read them and use them. Time stop, slow down the passage of time. Right. This one was interesting. This is the one that can kind of drop block. This one, obviously, very interested in. There's some classes that just cannot drop block. It's like being able to fear somebody, right? Being able to CC someone through a perma block could be interesting, useful. Enhance your weapon energy, causing light attack, deal additional damage. Alright. Acceleration, bend time, space around you, increase movement speed, power of your crit strikes. Invoke rights to this, replace your next light attack with a heal over time, or your next heavy attack with a channeled heal. Channeled heal. That seems interesting. This is the thing, I remember this, meditate, just restore stuff. It's kind of like an out of combat thing, it seems like. And then undo was that ult that kind of goes back in time 4 seconds ago, restore stats. So we'll check that one out. This stuff, again, I'm going to look at this in game. I imagine this is all in there right now. Jewelry crafting. So it's just like blacksmithing. So it's like the other crafting lines. Jewelry is made with new precious metal materials found in seams, which are all over Tamriel and rocky outcroppings. In the shade of cliff sides. It's very specific. Okay. So that's kind of your base material. Jewelry is improved by using platings. Platings are refined from grains, which can be attained by refining raw dust or deconning jewelry. Alright. Traits for new jewelry can be researched by obtaining a ring or neck in the new trait. I see. So if you want to transmute or whatever, you gotta... So I guess we're gonna have to do... Because I think certain ones drop in certain things, right? Like there's some from PvP, some from Trial. I think something from Dungeons, something like that. They kind of scattered it. So if you want them all, you gotta go research them. Again, I'd kind of rather look at this in game. Jewelry crafting. Here's the traits. Arcane, increased magicka, so we already have this. Robust, healthy, arcane. So that's what we have today, the first three. Here's the new ones. Triune, increased. So this is like a tri. It's a tri version. It's pretty straightforward. Harmony, increase the power, activated synergy effects. So this is from weekly trials at any difficulty. I'm gonna get this one because I'm doing small group play. I'm kind of really interested in this. There's not that many damage synergies in the game, but it also it should increase the power of like other synergies. Like even picking up shards should be pretty huge, right? Kind of wondering about this one. I'm interested to try it. This one I've heard a lot of people interested in, Swift. A lot of people that want to use this with Mistform. I've heard increase your non-mounted move speed. So we'll have to see if that works with everything, including everyone everyone wants to go zoom zoom, I think, in Mistform. I've heard this everywhere. They're like, Swift, can I just go at major expedition move speed? Maybe. Infuse, increase the power of the enchantment of the piece of jewelry. So this is the one that increases all like the unique things, whether it's like weapon damage or the pot cooldown. I foresee this one being one of the most problematic and broken ones. I think there's certain things that are broken about this right off the bat. What's up? What's up, Trout? How you doing? Protective, increased physical spell resist. Kind of wonder what the value is on that. It's probably not worth it, considering some of the other things you can get. But I don't know. Bloodthirsty, increased damage you deal low health foes. You can purchase this. This is the one from PvP? Isn't this like just below 25% or something? Because I gotta say, like, I don't really understand that. The hard part is not killing someone when they're if if I have 6 people in front of me that are at 25% health, I have builds and ways to make builds to kill people. Like, I can kill 6 people that are that low. I don't think I need to trait jewelry at that point, because you give up all your front load damage. The hard part's getting rid of the first 75% of their health. I don't know about this, and it's weird that this one comes from PvP. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, but it seems kind of weird, this one. We'll have to come back to that and see. Seems kind of silly. Anyway, here's the new sets. All right, this is good. We have 10 new item sets available. 3 are at crafting stations. 3 are zone drops. 4 are in trial. Okay. So no monster sets, no 2-piece, I guess. Okay, crafted sets. Physical spell resist, max health. We have a lot of sets like that. While mounted, you gain major evasion, increasing your dodge chance. Dismounting spawns a dust cloud at your position for 12 seconds. It deals physical every 1 second to enemy who stand inside it. You and group members inside the dust cloud gain major evasion. Dust cloud can be created once every 12 seconds. What the fuck? This is... It seems kind of dumb. I don't actually know what they're trying to gather here with this. Wiener Dogs, thank you for 19 months. Welcome back. Bringing the guns. Is this like are you supposed to have mounted people in your group? They're supposed to run in like mid fight and dismount. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Major evasion's really good, but I don't know the scenario where or the luxury that exists where it's like mount up before the fight. We got a fight coming. And then you, I guess, charge into combat and dismount. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Major evasion's very good, but that's a weird way of applying it. I don't know about that. That looks kind of dog shit, in a way. All right, next one. Slowed semblance. Max magicus, max stam, spell damage, weapon damage, it's all good. Damaging an enemy has 10% chance to put leeching shadow on them, dealing 853 oblivion damage every 1 second for 6 seconds. It can occur every 6 seconds. This is like an advanced Viper. Like the new Viper. It's like a better version of it. That's nasty. That's not bad. It's not burst damage, but that's good damage. Nocturnal's favor, stam, health. When you dodge, you heal yourself for 4k. Oh god, that's horrible. This is a terrible set. Like, to put in the game. I can see Nightblades with this Eternal Hunt and this shit. They'll be terrible, but they'll alright. These sets suck so far. Alright. Zone sets. Max Magicka, Magicka Recovery, Max Magicka. Land a full heavy attack, gain major mending for 3 seconds, increase healing done. Durations increased with Resto. So that's what Resto staff already does. This durations increase with each. So does this mean it stacks with Resto staff? Is this how we get major mending back on Templars? I guess. This is really good. This right here. It's not bad set. If that stacks with the Resto one, that's really important. That's really key. That's very strong at that point. Very strong. Cookie Bree, thanks for 6 months, man. Welcome welcome back. Um, that's not a bad set there. If it stacks with resto, like I'm thinking that's what that says. That's actually pretty damn good. Medium set, weapon crit, weapon damage. After dealing direct damage, gain minor force, minor expedition for 3 seconds. After dealing direct damage, so that's not like dots or anything or physical. That's like a single target casted. And it's not a chance. That's every time. No cooldown. Is it full uptime, minor force, minor expedition with single target? I don't think that's that good though. It's really not. Minor force, minor expedition. Like you might as well use trap or something. That's kind of a wash. I wouldn't. Not a good 5-piece bonus. Heavy, max health, healing taken, max health. When you take damage from a single target direct attack or ability, you have 10% chance to become a living shadow, causing your light and heavy attacks to heal you for 40, gaining major evasion, 5 seconds, increased dodge chance every 15 seconds. That doesn't seem, no, that's not good. God, 10-second downtime? Ugh. Alright. Just throw that one in the dumpster. Trial sets. Usually these are not good for PvP anymore. There used to be a couple that were pretty good for PvP, but the more trial sets they add, the less they're good for PvP. But, alright, here's light. Spell damage, crit, max magicka. It's a nice balance. After dealing damage to an enemy, a single target, you create ring of fire beneath your target. After 1 second, circle ignites within it. That's a lot of flame damage every 1 second for 5 seconds. It's a lot of damage. I bet this doesn't move. This doesn't like track your enemy. It probably just hits a little area. Kind of like Neurianth or whatever it is. So, some of those proc set. If it just hits like one spot, this is a PvE 100% set. That won't be able to do anything for you much in PvP. It's a pretty decent cooldown. Light healer, recovery, magicka, ground-based abilities. Apply a healing circle on the ground, which heals you and allies standing in the circle for 1k every 1 second for 5 seconds. 5-second cooldown. Ground-based effect abilities cast, apply healing circle. That's 100% then? So all your AoE heals, just AoE heal more? I don't like that. Just a lazy healer set. Weapon crit, stam recovery, weapon crit. After landing a critical light or heavy attack on an enemy, you have 15% chance to curse them with harmful winds, dealing physical damage to them and nearby enemies every 1 second for 5 seconds. So a crit light or heavy on an enemy has a chance to do this. No cooldown given. Everything so far seems to really push these light attacks, man. I don't know. In PvP, you're not really like, you're not just sitting there just fucking hacking away on someone with light attacks. You can't do that shit. Unless you're like one of the 5 guys hitting one guy and you're just like light attacking him with a staff. I don't know. There's a lot of light attack stuff so far. I know there's more out there. Alright, heavy, max health, stam recovery, healing taken. After blocking, heal an ally within 15 meters for 3440 every 2 seconds. Is this a joke? You just have to block every 2 seconds. There was something like this in the CP thing, but this heals an ally. I never understand sets that promote blocking that give stam recovery either. It's kind of weird. But yeah, that looks like a dumb set that's just gonna, another one of those things to drop a lot of healing in the area. I do not like. Lot of lazy conditional sets, man. Oh well. I think the best of them might be as far as PvP. This thing piques my interest. Oblivion damage here. There's a couple rotation attack builds, like heavy attack, light attack builds, where this I could see this being useful. Um, this looks like it could be a pest set right here. If this stacks with Resto, this could be really pretty damn good. Some of these are PvE stuff straight up, I can see there. But all right, we'll move through that one. New collectibles. Not going through them. Not doing it. The Sijic skull cap. Alright, Sijic portals. This is one of the bullet points, I think. Sijic portals are invisible to the untrained eye. Only those who have the unseen passive granted as part of the Sijic skill line can see these portals and interact. They appear rarely. Similar places in those one might find enchanting resources. Okay, what do we get from these? Contain items based on your location. Drop monsters, treasure chests. We can get runes from them. Rarely you may obtain a motif from the Sijic portal. Very rarely they will get a Sijic ambrosia. Nice. Alright. Abyssal geysers. This is one of the other ones. New events only in Summerset, pitting you and your allies against a wave of foes capped off by a boss monster. Guaranteed ring or neck in either the Grace of Gloom, Griffins, Wisdom. They're the world sets, I think. Yeah. And I did not like any of those sets. I do not think I am going to need to worry about Abyssal Geysers. I don't like those sets too much. Maybe the Wave Upon Waves is pretty good. I don't know. New houses. All right, Battlegrounds moving to base game, so this is good for all people involved. So BGs are not locked behind Morrowind anymore, which is good. Battlegrounds matchmaking now adds an additional multiplier to the value of players who are grouped. This value scales differently between 2, 3, 4 players. This change is intended to improve the quality of the matches. Preformed groups will generally be pitted against preformed groups. Solo players will generally go against solo. Alright, that's good. Decrease the rate at which the system expands the range of players to be evaluated. Okay, so that means it'll move slower to it won't force you on a single queue person. These changes were done to make Battlegrounds more competitive. That's all good there. Activity Finder now includes a daily reward for completing random BG as well as bonus XP. You must come in first or second to earn these rewards. Further queuing for the random BG will give bonus XP if you come in first or second. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can now choose a queue for specific game types similar to choosing Dungeons or Dungeon Finder. No bonus rewards are granted for using this queue method, but you are guaranteed to get a game of your choosing. So you don't get rewards for choosing like Deathmatch? I don't know. Okay, I don't need the bonus XP, but okay. Good stuff. Hey, at least there could be people in BGs. I haven't done much of them. I had done some recently, and it was pretty fun. So, it's not a bad thing there. Morrowind Warden available in Crown Store. Yeah, I saw that. I think it's kind of weird. You can buy one of the classes in the Crown Store, but, you know, it is what it is. We got some stuff about motifs here. Add a series of achievements and new meta achievements. What the fuck's a meta achievement? Is that like not really an achievement, but it's but it is an achievement? Cool. All right. Got meta achievements now. That's good. New Alliance War and Battleground collectibles. The Arena Gladiator helm, a hat collectible, can be earned by acquiring 20 Arena Gladiator proofs. This creates a room box, the Arena Gladiator helm, which you may use, sell, or trade. Okay. Outfit style pages of the Fanged Worm, Horned Dragon equipment can occasionally attain from Battlemaster Riven's reward boxes, which are obtained by completing your first Battleground LFG in a day. Style pages are account bound, will not drop if you already have them in your inventory. Okay. New styles, good stuff. New stuff for alchemy. More defensively oriented, granting new combinations of survival effects. Ooh. We'll have to look at that. Powdered mother of pearl and clam gall. That could be interesting. Might be able to make some kind of new potion or poison with that. Crown Store gifting. They're ripping off those Twitch Twitch gifting. All right. When a gift is received, recipients notified. Someone already gifted me on the PTS, so I saw this. It's kind of cool, I guess. All gifts have a 14-day expire. Okay, so it's like mail. Champion points increased by 30. All right, what else? Sigic order skill line. I do want to test these skills. We're gonna hop on there in a minute here and do that. Arts and animation. Reduce the red spot on top of the spider fire pot monster to conform with the look of the rest of the spider. Excellent. Combat and gameplay. All right, we're not gonna read that. Its gears no longer blush. Okay, we're gonna go right down to Khajiit heads are now fully covered. All right, let's keep moving. Here we go. Lionsworn PvP. Imperial City. Perfect. Leovic's worshippers will no longer respawn automatically in certain scenarios. Is that it? You put this under fixes and improvements, really? I don't even know who Leovix is. Well, this is disappointing, to say the least. Alright. We're not making Imperial City great again. Alright. Summerset is not doing that. I miss Imperial City being good. I'll be honest with you guys. It's so many times I hop on a PvP and I end up in IC almost every other stream, and we run through the sewers and we don't find anything, and it's really depressing. There's nobody down there, and if you do kill someone, they leave. I don't understand why we can't make Imperial City a little better, and this is fixing improvements for this. I mean, I could tear ass on this, but I'd like to see Imperial City. I'd like to be able to queue into it outside of Cyrodiil so we can promote players to get the fuck into Imperial City. I'd like one Imperial City instance, not 3 different ones where people hide. I'd like Imperial City reworked, where it doesn't focus on districts and farming PvE. isn't it it's the damnedest thing. Like, Imperial City is a PvP DLC where people go to PvE. If you think about it, it's fucking insane. And if you're like at the developer position, you have to say this is a PvP DLC where nobody's PvPing and everyone goes there to PvE and then gank the people PvEing. That is the PvP. It's almost wrong to put it under Alliance War in PvP because there's more PvE done in Imperial City than PvP. That's the reality. So it's, you know, it doesn't take much, but right now Imperial City is so empty, so neglected, and it's just treated as like a farming scenario. And you should either remove it as a PvP DLC or treat it as one and fix it, because you have the content there. It's been always said. Imperial City was actually better when it came out, and then they're like, all right, how can we take a shit on this? And that happened, which sucks. Zimbro, thank you for the Prime, man. Welcome. I mean, realistically, there was more PvP when it came out. So, as somebody that, like, Imperial City can be different than Cyrodiil, which is cool. It can kind of fit that interest of people to be like, I'm open world PvPing. I'm not in Battlegrounds. It's not a 4v4v4. I might run into a lot of people, but hopefully I'm not running into fucking, 50 or 60 people, which will happen in Cyrodiil. So Imperial City is like the perfect thing to be that middle ground, and it's very interesting that it has PvE too, because then it makes people come. They're like, hey, I can get stuff here. Like, maybe there's not PvP here now, and I can sit here and really PvE. Like, Imperial City should be the best place to go in the game to PvE, and it is pretty good. Like, you can make good money there, but the way it operates is like, oh, someone came and killed me? Well, it's time to quit. It's time to... PvE time's over. The people that are actually there are not there to PvP. It could be that unique blend of, we go there and we PvE to a degree for, and there's risk because there's the risk of PvP, but the way it's designed is completely flawed. You farm monsters where people respawn right up above you. They might jump down and you kill them and they respawn right there. And you're like, oh, you're coming back down again? Cool. Because I got a lot of money on me and I know you want to kill me and you're just going to pour out on me endlessly until you kill me. I don't know who made this fucking world because it doesn't make sense. Like, the sewers were designed perfectly. The reward was in the middle. You had to travel. If you died in the middle, you had to run back. There's so much that could be done with this. That's a shame. But I really like Imperial City. I'm saying it as nicely as possible that, like, that's a letdown. That's a shame. Not that Summerset's supposed to be like an Imperial City upgrade, but like, don't even put it in here. Like, it's almost annoying. It's such a dead DLC. That's so awesome. That's the thing. Like, I hope that's not taken as an insult, because it's a really cool place. You know, it's like you have everything there. You have it all. You know, just get a couple people in a room that care and have a little passion. Boom, kick something out. It'll be awesome. You know, but, maybe next time. Who knows? Combat gameplay. All right, let's keep on rolling here. A lot of PvE stuff. It's okay, no problem. I'm just looking for some PvP stuff. Maelstrom Arena, Rings of Winterborn, Parabellum, Glorious, yada yada. Sets will now drop in purple quality from the final arena. I thought they always did. Okay, let's keep moving. Combat and bounce. All right, let's go. Here we go. We're getting into it now. Rebalance the light and heavy attack damage scaling ratios so that light and heavy attacks now scale their damage in the same way that normal abilities do. Max Magicka and Max Stam is now a greater contributing factor towards their damage. Okay. So a lot of people push, like Stam, for example, you're going to push into your weapon damage, so your Max Stam will matter more. And that'll change what sets you really take on and should take on. I would have to think weapon damage still comes out on top. I don't know about that yet though. I don't know the math on all that, but I would imagine weapon damage still comes out on top type thing. Rebalance light and heavy attack damage across weapon types to reinforce the concept that light attacks are for dealing damage and heavy attacks are for restoring resources. In general, this means light attacks with one-handed shield, dual-wield bow, destro, resto will deal more damage. It's everything but two-hander. So light attacks with two-handers will deal less damage. Now heavy attacks with destro, resto will deal more. Heavy attacks with two-handed, one-handed shield will deal less. Okay. So across the board, destro, resto deals more damage, light and heavy. Is that what that says? Am I reading that right? But two-hander heavies deal more as well. But their lights are going to do less. Okay. Just the ability to dodge various abilities and item set procs. The following can now be dodged. Okay. The following cannot be dodged. Wow. Overload, and you can't dodge overload heavy attack. Might break out the Raiden build finally now. Now no one can escape it, not even with the roll dodge. What else in here? Caltrops can't dodge. Eternal Hunt, Filer. Interesting. Arrow spray cannot be dodged. Makes sense. Does that mean like the arrow spray root would hit you, but it wouldn't root you? Just check that one. Arrow spray's a nasty root. Palpatine build, that's right. We might bring out the Palpatine. Shadow Mundus now only affects crit damage, does not affect crit healing. Well, that's not bad. It's not a bad thing. I'll get on board with that one. Ability changes. We've made numerous ability changes with the latest update. Some have global implications, while other are specific tweaks and quality of life changes. Every time I hear quality of life changes, I get scared. Some of our major goals with these changes include improving unpopular abilities and morph choices. Most of the ability tweaks are targeting underused skills or morphs that we've found a few players utilize. Increasing the viability of all classes to perform tank and healer roles. Reducing the effectiveness of long duration snares. Alright, that one's good. I like that one. Few snares had their strength reduced to better bounce. Okay, good. DPS bouncing. Some abilities item sets have their damage values procs adjusted to improve the damage disparity between magic and stamina builds. Other changes were focused on creating better parity between melee and ranged. Okay. First two bullets are a little scary. I don't know what they mean. It's like words. So buffs, debuffs. Empower. So this one I heard about. This buff now increases damage done by your light attack. So more light attack stuff. Makes Empower friendly. Makes it a friendly buff. So Empower was a very unfriendly buff before, but now this is a friendly buff to use in rotations. Decrease some of the burst potential, combining it with other abilities. Yeah, I've been wondering about this. Like, I've seen so many light attack changes, and I remember seeing this one or hearing about it before I read this. Like, is there something I missed about, like, what they're doing with Overload, then? Are they buffing Overload by, like, 80%? Like, all these light attack changes? Are people just going to be overloading out of their minds and just pegging people? We're going to have stealth Overload builds and be, like, 23k. You're like, what happened? You got hit by a lightning bolt from stealth. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how is. Maybe we'll get to it. Something with Overload, but Overload already could be very strong, and I'm just wondering a lot of these changes seem to be like I'm gonna be able to play Stamsork with fucking Overload and just start flinging out and be like, who gives a shit if it's I don't have CP in it. All right, who cares? It's only hit for 16k. Whoops. You know, we'll see. But overall, like I'm not understanding the whole light attack. Is this the dawn of the light attack era that's going on? There's a lot of adjustments. There used to be, way back when the game first came out, the very first like ball group I ever encountered and fought,
You son of a bitch.
back in that time, Resto Staff happened to be the strongest thing in the game because it had a passive. It just passively boosted your damage. So anything you use, Resto was the best on. For you know, people. Anyway, there's groups. The other thing they were doing is they were all healing each other, and ball groups started to form. It was like 15, 20 people. All 15, 20 had Resto Staffs. They were all casting regen on each other. They were very hard to kill. And they would pick off these like small people wandering. They'd all just hit them with lights. It would literally be 15 people hitting them with a light attack Resto. And I kind of wonder about that. Like, how hard are these lights going to hit for? They start to hit for like 3k or something. You know, you have 10 people doing it. There's a lot of light attack changes. And it seems it keeps getting stronger. And I don't know why. What does it promote? I don't know what's going on. Is it for Joe Bob in the corner with a bow? Between his snipes, he shoots a light attack and now it's hitting me harder? I mean, where do you offset that on the other end? I don't know what's with all the light attack changes. I don't like. Is there a counterplay to that? I don't think so. Just get your resources jacked when you're outnumbered. But anyway, Dragonknight, Ardent Flame. All right. I don't know all the DK skills off the top of my head here. Inferno Morph, increase the range of the heal. I know this is a little fireball. Okay, 28 meters from 15. That's fucking huge. That's really big. Combustion. This passive ability now also restores 250, 500 magic or stam to you when you apply the burning or poison status effect to an enemy every 5 seconds. It's like a, it's not bad. It's like a really bad version compared to the Warden one. Warden one's every second for like 250, I think. But it's nice. Powering Chains. Morph now grants you 2 stacks from power, up from 1. Excellent. Chain, light attack. I guess that's gonna be the new way to go. Let's promote weaving in PvE. I mean, and that's kind of what I figure. I figure it's something for PvE. It's just it's strange implications on PvP. But shifting standard, decrease the cost of this morph to 225 from 250. I thought shifting was 200 and the other one was 250. Okay. Well, that's not bad. 250 is really expensive. This is like the cool standard, I'm sorry, the cool ultimate that always gets negated somehow. So many times you see standard get negated that you wonder why people are using it. But I thought shifting was the cheap one. The one that you can keep reapplying it. I thought that was 200 and the other was 250. The one-time one that amps by 15%. I don't know. Either way, whichever one costs 250, good. Bring it down a little. Reflective Plate. This morph now removes all snare effects to you when you cast the ability. Oh wow. I wonder if it doesn't give you any timer after. It's probably shit, kind of. Like, you need snare immunity. So, for example, forward momentum versus shuffle. To this day, I still do not know why forward momentum is giving 8 seconds and shuffle's giving like 2.5. Like, if you want people to use medium and take that risk of getting hit hard in medium, like, shuffle should be the one that's giving you more snare reduction than a two-handed skill. I still don't get it, but either way, that snare immunity is very important. You'll feel that difference when you use forward momentum versus shuffle. If this thing does not give any immunity, it's probably not great. You might just want to invest in doing that roll dodge and get that little bit of immunity after, you know, get the stam. That's kind of weird that they would do that. You could literally cast this and immediately be rooted again, just immediately, and be like, the first thing that will happen is go, why the fuck do I have reflective plate on my bar? What a piece of shit. I literally casted it and I'm rooted again. So, I could see that happening if it's got nothing attached to it. Earthen Heart, Ash Cloud, ability now heals you and your allies in the area and snares enemies. Note the eruption morph remains unchanged. I know Ash Cloud already slowed people brutally. I'd have to look into this one. Sorry, I'm not. Cinderstorm, Ash Cloud morph. This morph now increases the healing done. So no, increase the healing done. Okay, so yeah, I'd have to look at that. I'm familiar with the skill to a degree, but not its morphs. Obsidian Shard, Stone Fist morph, increase the healing done by approximately 25%. Okay. Obsidian Shield, ability now grants you major mending for 2.5 seconds as a baseline effect, but no longer grants you a stronger damage shield that absorbs 200% more damage. In addition, we've also made adjustments to both morphs. And this is an important skill to DKs. Igneous, this morph now grants you a stronger damage shield that absorbs 200% more damage. Okay. This morph now, and Fragmented, this morph now increases the duration of mending to 4.5. Wow. That's pretty interesting. So they gave the option of getting mending a bit longer. I think it only lasted when you had shields up, actually. Or it was very short. Either way, it was very short. They're basically giving you an option to get mending longer, if I'm not mistaken there. Which is pretty good. But okay, Shattering Rocks. This morph has been redesigned so that when the stun ends, it causes the enemy's next attack to heal their target. Okay. Stone Giant, Stone Forth Mist. This also grants Minor Ward in addition to Resolve. Okay. We might be looking at DK again this patch, so I'll look at some of these. That's interesting, the shield change. It's a pretty relevant one. Some of the stuff up here I think is pretty relevant too. Nightblade. Assassin's Blade. This ability and its morphs now deal their bonus execute damage when the target's below 25% health, down from 26. Is that just they changed it by 1%? They nerf it? Oh man. Okay. Lotus Fan. This snare applied reduced to 40% from 70. That's good. Thank God. Thank God. That is just that's a great change. Bolstering Darkness. This morph now causes major protection buff to remain on you even after leaving the area. Buff will persist for the duration of the ability. Okay. I don't know if people are still going to use that over the other. In general, a lot of people aren't using them, but Dark Cloak. This morph no longer grants visibility, instead heals you. Oh yeah, someone told me about this while I was playing yesterday. Heals you for 32% of your max health over 3 seconds and minor protection. That's not a great heal at all. It's pretty bad. It's like 5% heal a second. That's a negligible heal. It's really the minor protection. You get minor protection from it now. I think it lasts 2 seconds. So it might last longer, minor protection, versus going stealth and guaranteeing a crit, right? I think is the other morph on your next attack. Yeah, like this, I don't think this is used for a style that exists for the most part. But could exist. Like if you had kind of more of a Magicka brawler one, but and I talked about a build with that, but maybe I'll still try it. I think it'd be if I did it, it'd be something for non-CP really. For CP, man, I think you just rotate damage. Like some of the other skills just hit so goddamn hard. And using a Destro staff, weaving that properly with assassins. Well, I don't know why I'd brawl for the most part outside of non-CP. Maybe doing something fun. Dark Shade, Summon Shade Morph. Rename this to Dark Shade Singular because there's Gina having some fun. This morph now summons one shade instead of two. Occasionally deal a point blank AoE. Alright. And then we have the fear. Reduce the arming time of the traps created by this morph to 2 seconds from 3. I think a lot of the troll blades use this. They kind of dump them in areas and you run into them. But this isn't the fear that people use to combo skills with, which is what you want. You want to be able to kind of time your CC. So I don't know if people are still really going to use that too much. I've seen a lot of bigger groups, Nightblades, just dumping these around areas and you just run into them and you got a CC break. It's annoying. But that's great. It's down to 2 seconds from 3. Path of Darkness, reduce the damage and healing done by this ability, and refreshing path morph by approximately 5%. Reduce the damage by twisting morph by approximately 9. Ooh. That's a good skill. They reduce the damage and the healing done. Well, I guess why? It's a really good skill. Okay, well, that's a nerf, I guess, there for Magicka Nightblade. Shadow Image. Smorph can now be cast without an enemy target. Wow. That's right. I do remember reading and hearing about this. That's actually probably the biggest thing here in this whole list. I've done a bomber a couple times and stuff like that. Let me tell you, man, if you can do this, like, this is pretty huge, especially for setting up. I mean, there's so few good Magicka Nightblades in the game, but the ones that are good, and even Stamina Blades use this skill, and probably more will now. Like, you become goddamn near invincible with this. And you can disengage a lot of fights, and usually you gotta get a target to plant your image again. For them to just disengage and plant an image where they want, and if it's still going through walls and stuff and LOSing, that can be... I mean, goddamn, they're already annoying to hunt down and kill. Like, that'll multiply on it. The reality is most Nightblades aren't great in using that, or will use it, but a good one can, and it's brutal. But, okay. Debilitate, Cripple Morph. This morph now refends 100% of the ability's cost. The enemy dies while affected from 50. I don't think people use that one. Maybe if you have a good group where you can kind of cripple the target and it dies, that'd be great. Malevolent Offering is the heal. This ability and Smorsh now smart heal an ally in front of you instantly instead of healing a specific target over time. Each cast of this ability will place a damage over time effect on you that drains your health over 8 seconds. So is it a burst heal now? This ability and Smorsh now smart heal an ally in front of you instantly instead of healing over time. So it's a burst heal that acts as a dot against you? Am I reading that right? Because if so, I mean, it could be useful. If your Nightblade happens to be in a group role, most Magicka Nightblades in a group are going to be very offensive, and they're not going to use something like this. Magicka Nightblade never really dips in that department. People that go on Magicka Nightblade are just killing people, or they're in a big group and they're just, dropping Destros or at the front line with dual wield and just sapping people, or they're a bomber. I never really see people doing this Nightblade role. So that's, I guess that's part of what they were saying, trying to push him into that role. So I guess that's something for that. Soul Siphon, increase the radius of this heal applied to the morph 28 meters from 15 seconds. The radius of the heal applied by this morph to 28 meters. Another 28 meter increase. Um, that's the one that there's two variations of that healing, and one of them's really good. I think the one provides a vitality. I think. I, I don't know offhand. Not playing a Nightblade, so I'm not sure what the relevance of this is. 15's already huge. A 15-meter radius is 30 diameter. Like 28-meter radius is like as far as you can attack with a staff. And then it goes the other way too. Like it's a radius. Like that's, it's basically like we'll heal everybody in the keep. That's big. Increase the cost of stability and its more. This is their drain. This change was made to put Strife ability more in line with. Ooh. Yeah, Strife was always really, really, really cheap. I remember when I did Maelstrom on him, I couldn't believe how cheap this was. If they put this in line with the other one, though, people would just use the Destro Weave, right? Because the Destro one, like, yeah, you drain health here, but you get effects with that. You can pair it with Asylum. I don't know why you would go that way, but that's a nerf to Strife, obviously. Again, Magic and Nightblade hit there again. Is their DPS really good? Magic and Nightblade? Is that what they're using? Is that why they're nerfing that in PvE? Finger set applies AoE major vitality. Oh, that morph of it? This one? So is that one? That's pretty big. So, but how many people does it apply vitality to, right? Because the 28-meter radius, it's got to pick like that's huge. That's huge. 9, thank you for the T1 sub. Welcome, man. Magic and Nightblade's best. Okay. All right, I see. So this is why these changes are coming. All right, Sorcerer. Here we go. This is our jam. Dark Magic, Blood Magic, increase the healing done to 5 to 10 from 4 to 8. Let's go, champ. All right, this is nice with negate, I guess, impacted there, but Magic Assort gets most of the benefits of Blood Magic, I guess. Daedric Mines, increase the cost of the ability to 5,400 from 6,480. Okay. It's a decent decrease. I don't know why. Okay, negate magic, increase the duration to 12 from 10. Really? Still to make up for the fact that persistence passive was redesigned, details below, and no longer affects this iconic ultimate ability. This iconic ultimate. All right. So persistence now reduce the cost of your next. Is that the one or which? Yeah. Now reduce the cost of your next magic or stam ability within 4 seconds. What does that have to do with this? Reduces the cost, okay, after I block an attack. They increase the duration. Because of persistence. So they added 2 seconds to it because why? Persistence used to make abilities last longer. It doesn't anymore. Oh, okay. The old effect. Okay, that makes sense. Got you. That's right. Okay. I was about to say this doesn't do anything with that. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Rune Cage. This morph now deals damage when the stun ends. If it is broken early, or the ability ends naturally, instead of when it's applied, I guess, or completes. Okay. I guess more burst damage. I don't even know how much damage this does. I never considered it too relevant. But okay. Rune Prison, increased duration of the stun applied 5 from 2.5. Okay. Bound armor. So this one's relevant. this ability, its morphs no longer toggle abilities. Slotting bound armor will continue to grant you an increase to max magicka. Activating it will increase the amount of damage you can block by 20% for 3 seconds. So it's a lot of block mitigation. This morph now grants minor reward and minor resolve, so that's the magicka one. Which doesn't really make sense if you're shield stacking that you get minor Warden resolve, but what do I care? I'm a stam sork. This morph converts, so the other one, this one converts to the stam ability and now increase your damage done with light attacks while slotted instead of heavy attacks. See, like, I could imagine Magicka Sorks taking this one and being like, so I'm going to use this on my overload build. They're going to, like, mage light, bound armaments, and be like, am I missing something with overload? Has anyone tested, like, overload with the overload sets? There's sets that amp the light attack, everything. Like, is it ruthless? Has anyone given it a go yet? I'm probably not going to because I'm not a Magicka Sork, but I'm willing to bet we're gonna have some like really nasty overloading out there. And there already is. It already hits hard. But all right. Conjured Ward increased strength of the damage shield. Some of this ability and morphs by 10%. Decrease this morphs bonus. So this is like a zero sum. Okay. No net change. Okay. Increase the health of the Atronach summoned by the charged Atronach. Okay. Yeah, I'd seen this before. So the Atronach's getting stronger. That's a lot more. He'll be a pain in the ass to kill. This pet summon now has a basic area of effect special ability that can be used while the pet's active. This pet summon from this ability now has a basic heal special ability that can be used while the pet's active. Not a big fan of pets, but okay. Lightning Flood, Magicka Sork now also increases the damage done by approximately 15%. Up in their deeps. PvE change. Okay. It's hard work going through all these. Templar, Adric Spear, Burning Light, increased damage done passive abilities by approximately 9%. That's good, Burning Light. There you go. There's a little boost for you, Emac and Issa. Piercing Spear, this ability now only affects crit damage, not affect crit healing. So we're nerfing the crit healing again from Shadow. We got it again here. Increase the healing done by this morph to 40% of the damage done from 35. This puts Templar healing while damaging more in line with other classes and takes into account they don't have Major Mending active at all times. Yes, it does. None of us do. Okay. Dawn's Wrath. Solar Disturbance. This morph and the duration of Major Maim. This one's actually pretty cool, I think. Major Maim's brutal. So you can drop a Nova and, like, you know, the debuff will last for 4 seconds, like while you're being initiated on. I can foresee other groups using this and stuff, which isn't, you know, it's tough. It'll be a good one. You can maim people coming in, basically, even if they negate your Nova right away. They're gonna have the debuff while they're initiating. Part of the reason I was interested in the synergy jewelry, because I fucking love Nova. It's good. It's a good ult. Always has been. Solar Flare. Its ability and Dark Flare morph now grant the Empower buff instantly after being casted instead of when the projectile hits the enemy target. Oh, I guess they can do that since it affects light attacks now. That makes sense. So you can flare, and they give him the old light attack special. And I think I know what I'm gonna be XV1'd with. I can already feel it coming. Okay. Enduring Rays, past ability and its duration now. Sunfire Eclipse Nova abilities 2 seconds. Increases them by 2 seconds instead of 15 to 30%. It now also increased duration of debuffs applied by Solar Flare and its morphs. So eliminates the extra fractional duration. I see. So it's probably getting cut off. Nothing rounds well in this game, whether it's in the champion tree or that. Everything is, automatically rounded. So some skills were probably getting screwed because of that. That's what that is. Restoring light, breath of life, reduce the healing done from this morph secondary heal by 33%. Excellent. I like that. Sorry, Templars. Hasty prayer. I don't know why I was done. I have no idea. Hasty prayer, healing, ritual morph. This morph now grants minor expedition to you and your allies for 5 seconds. That's the clapper skill. Right? Am I not wrong? Is that the clapper? We're gonna have more clappers out there, I think. Healing ritual. This ability and its morphs no longer have a cast time. They are now instant cast abilities that heal for the same amount. Their costs have been increased to might as well be 7.3 from 3.8. Damn. But they no longer have a cast time, don't worry. Wow. Honor the Dead, the Rush Ceremony morph. This morph now refunds part of the ability's cost over 6 seconds down from 8. That's more realistic. That's the one I think if you heal them under like 60% or something, you get refunded your cost. But damn, who wants to heal for 7.3k magic? And nobody. Nobody. Alright. Warden getting boned on the back end of that. Or Templar. So let's see what Warden has. Deep Fissure. This morph no longer stuns close enemy hit. This is the magical morph. Now applies Breach, though. In the same vein, the snare ability should be short and powerful or long and weak. Abilities should have low damage and CC, or high damage and no CC. That's cute. What about skills that have like high damage with CC with debuff that amp damage and have the lowest cost? Because I could think of a skill that incapacitates me quite often in PvP. That goes against this spoiler message. I know it's not a skill, but it might as well be. You get it like every 10 seconds, even if you're not even trying. But it's got all that and more. Okay, though. As far as Deep Fissure goes, though, you don't see a lot of Magical Wardens in open world. They were always good, like one-on-one and everything, very strong. They can build very well, and they're well-rounded. They suffer from what a lot of Magicka classes do of mobility. If you're trying to do like small group, they have good support stuff in group play, but they have a weird place where they're not like the best at something. Like a Templar will really be like your go-to best healer, whereas they can be a great supplementary healer and have great buffs to add. They're not your Magicka Nightblade up front, rocking Destro ults. They're not your Magicka Sorc shooting forward. So, that's what I'm getting at. I know a lot of people saw this and saw nerf, but I figure like if you want to rock Warden, I don't think this is too bad. Like, you're gaining access to Breach on a skill you are already running. You're probably running a Destro staff if you're doing an offensive Warden anyway. I know a lot of people probably ran Ice and they would apply a root and then they use Fissure to breach, or not to breach, to stun. So that kind of sucks for them if they were using an Ice staff. But now they can use a Fire staff and stun. I don't know. But yeah, that's an interesting change for Magicka Warden. It's kind of underplayed out there. Anyway, Subterranean. This morph no longer applies Breach, which it was doing, which doesn't really nerf Stam Warden at all. It applies Major Fracture. Duration has been reduced to 5 seconds from 10, so that's significant. If you're playing Stam Warden properly, you're really rotating that skill on them, though. You should be, if you're gunning at a target, you're going to be hitting them at least every 5 seconds with Subterranean, or else you're just missing You know, that's all right, but ideally that stays up on him. So that part's a nerf for the Stam Warden, but not huge. Like if you're hitting your stuff, you're good. Green bounce, bursting vines. This morph now grants 10 ult when used on an ally under 60%. Added for second cooldown.
Hello, cutie pie.
That's just a.
One of us is in deep trouble.
That's just a buff to Stam Warden. Didn't really need it. Got it, I guess. Black Lassie, thank you for gifting a sub to Claster. Bringing the guns. I don't know why this was buffed. I don't even know why this was put in here. They didn't need this. They already get so much ult. Nature's Grasp. This is the pull heal. This ability now gives 3 ult when healing over time completes. This is a Magicka skill. I'm not. That's not bad. That's not much ult either. I wonder if you can chain that, because I have a Magicka Warden healer I play with, and he can chain this skill a lot. Because this skill's not bad. This gives like a heal over time too. This skill's really not bad. It's a strong heal over time, and it pulls you to your, you know, whoever you're healing. But man, they give the Warden so much ultimate. Arctic Wind. This was the ice skill. Increase the initial heal done. It's more to 12% from 10. That's so goddamn irrelevant. Boosted to 12 from 10. Ooh, like maybe if you lower the cost or something. I mean, the 12 to 10 is not what was holding people back from using this skill. Crystallized Shield, increase the cost of this ability. This was needed. That's not even a big cost. That's like 540. Magicka. Needed. No big deal. Like, this thing gives you major heroism, and it returns Magicka anyway. So whatever. This ability and Smorfs now deal frost damage to enemy who are trapped when the trap is triggered. Okay. So no real nerfs on the Warden, in my opinion. The Magicka Warden on its line stun is the biggest one in there, I'd say. Everything else is kind of like, cool. Nice, more ult. All right, let's do it, you know? Vines is already a very good skill. Like, that's the biggest thing in there, I see. A little bit of cost increase on, like, shield. This is a very good skill. Okay. This is a joke. This is just a joke. This is troll. This is a troll bullet point. If anyone uses this skill and notices this on the patch change, I'd like you to report your findings immediately. Weapon change, one-handed shield. Shield charge, increased duration of stun applied this ability, and it's morphs to 3 seconds from 2. Not bad. Okay. Dual wield, deadly cloak, reduced damage done by 15%. It's a punch for PvE stam users. Rending slashes, snare applied to this morph to 40 from 50. Alright, so they're knocking snares down from that high range down to 40. So that's a common theme. Rapid fire, toxic barrage, now grants you CC immunity. Perfect. This puts this ability more in line with Soul Strike, which provides similar protections. We don't want players activating an ultimate to have it easily and immediately negated. Like a standard. Standard out, guys. Negated. Okay, good stuff. That's great. It's not great. It's fine. Whatever. Werewolf. Brutal Pounce. This now deals full damage to the primary target and partial damage to the secondary rather than hitting the primary twice with partials. Okay. One physical damage instead of 2. Bulwark now only requires you to have a frost staff equipped. Alright, so that's for blocking. Okay. Combat fixes and improvements. Fix an issue where some charge abilities would charge you directly inside of the target. Okay.
You son of a bitch.
I haven't used crit charge in a little while. Spiked armor updated the tooltip for this ability and S'mores to better clarify the types of attacks it will return damage against. Okay. Assassination, executioner. Fix an issue where this was not restoring resources to you if an assassination ability was the killing blow. Merciless resolve. Fix an issue where the snare from this morph will not apply to a target that blocked. Alright. I'm gonna move right through here. I'm gonna go to Sork. Okay. Fix an issue where this is unable to cast and you are your silence. Alright. Dark magic. Fix an issue where this passive would not trigger if you hit an enemy immune to snares with your Daedric Mines. Ooh, I didn't know that. That's pretty significant, actually. Ball lightning. Fix an issue where this morph could intercept beams instead of only projectiles. Oh, I thought it was supposed to absorb the beams. Alright. Well, I don't use that one, but okay. Adric Spear. Fix an issue where this ability shards morph. We're not displaying hostile red telegraphs to enemy players. Fix an issue where the hostile red telegraph from this morph was not. Okay. Warden Animal Companions. Fix an issue where bears respawn to prevent you from resurrecting another player. And cause that player to be permanently unable to be resurrected until they relogged. Oh, man. Visuals. It now is applies. Fix an issue where this ability and S'mores would not apply their major resolve and major ward buffs to you if allies were nearby. It now applies those buffs to you and the closest 5 allies. I thought Cloak only hit 4, including yourself. So is it saying it hits yourself plus 5 allies? It's kind of relevant for small group players. Because some classes can get rid of their armor buff if they have a Warden. Deep Slash. Fix this where it would apply minor maim to the primary target if it hit more than one enemy. But we were just talking about this the other night. Visual bug there. Fix an issue. So I'm just kind of skipping through some of these. Kind of like bug fixes, but some of them are relevant though, like werewolf. These are things you don't know that were going on. Fix an issue where the major defile from werewolf was not reducing health recovery. Yeah. Fighters Guild. Fix an issue where the snare by this ability and the Silver Shards morph would not apply to a target that blocked the damage. That makes sense. Trapping Webs. This morph and the ability now have unique icons. This is like the hardest ability to synergize in the game, Trapping Webs. I don't know if you ever tried. It's brutal. Alright. Racial Argonian updated the tooltip to indicate it grants immunity to poison and disease status effects. What? You updated it? Do you mean you changed it? Never granted immunity. Does that mean like they're immune? What does that mean? They're immune to poison and disease status. Like they cannot be diseased? Is that what that means? Thank you, Black Class. I'm sorry. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna defer to chat. I'm a little taken back. It did grant immunity to the status effect. Immune to defile? Like what? You can't be immune to disease damage. You have to reverb now? What? They were resistant, now it's immune? Like what's... I don't think I'm understanding this properly, right? Are you guys just like on a mass troll? Because this doesn't make sense to me. You can't be immune to defile by the disease. You can't. Like, that's not what that means, right? Because that doesn't make sense. Like, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's not like you're giving up a lot. Argonian already is nasty with its pot passive. But if you're telling me, like, oh, you diseased me? Just kidding. I'm immune to that. Like, that's such horseshit. It's a joke. Like, they can't be poison or disease, so immune to minor defile. Yeah, but like, why? Oh, dark elves are resistant to burning? Ooh. Ooh, I can't burn now. I'm a dark elf. Fingers, you're misunderstanding. I think I am. I'm trying to clarify, really. Flame status effect is burning, which is a dot, which Dunmers are now immune to. Disease status effect is a file. Yes, I understand it. Like, when you hit somebody, it'll proc Befouled Weapon. But then it can proc an effect. Same thing as fire. Fiery weapon will, proc burning. You can major... I get that. I get that I can major defile them. I understand I can apply the debuff to them. But, like, the fucking race is already kind of busted. Is what I meant. It's just like, so you know the race that's really good? It's really good now. By the way, race changes not on sale. First month of the patch. Who else gets what? Oh, Nord's immune to chill status. Good for them. That's going to be great. They're really going to be able to get right through PvP, no problem. What else? Grants immunity to poison and disease status effects. You give it to the AD race, right? Little Nightblade shitters are still going to get smashed. Nobody's even debuffing these guys. These guys just, they get folded.
Son of a bitch.
5 seconds. Maybe, no, 3, probably. Alright. Anyway, let's move on. We'll see about that. Champion system, the Lord, Expert Defender, updated the tooltip for this ability to indicate it only works on player light and heavy attacks. Okay, good. Let's get those light attacks going. Two-handed, all this. Right, alright, this is a big one, obviously. If you don't know, two-handeds, bows, destro, resto now count as 2 slots. So it's going to change up the bill. It's one of the biggest changes of the patch right there. That with the jewelry, they go hand in hand to change a lot with this patch. Consumables decrease the strength of the snare applied by hindrance to 40 from 50. Okay. Anyway, Master, Maelstrom, Asylum, two-handed weapons now. Yeah, right, okay. So, self-explanatory. Archer's Mind now only affects crit damage, not crit healing. Again, coming with a crit healing. Okay. Ooh, this is a PvE nerf. Major fracture instead of just a flat damage amount. Oh, man. I could see Gilliam rolling in his grave over this one. He's just not going to be happy about this shit, bro. Alright, Prisoner's Rags now requires you to both sprinting and moving. Yeah, this thing was busted, right? I think you could just hold sprint while still. Probably still is. I don't know. Never tried it. Thunderflame. Oh, God. What? Instead of reducing their physical resistance by 3440... applies minor breach. Oh, it's so terrible. Increase the bonus flame damage to 4,000. Well, it really uses a debuff set. Alliance War and PvP? I thought we were already here. Refactor the implementation of a number of character passive abilities to improve server performance. Oh, this is the upgraded performance, apparently. We'll have to wait till it's on live. There's no other way to see this. I hope it's real. I hope it's good. But we'll have to see on live. I would expect Vivek does not change really much at all. If it did, it'd be awesome. But I wouldn't expect Vivek to change, or whatever your main server is. I think most of them are Vivek, right? So we'll see. Can't even test these. Anytime we've ever had changes like this, we can't test them on the PTS. You have to test them in like a a live environment. So, and that's all right. It's to be expected. We can't get a full pop lock server with people. You gotta wait till it's on live. So we'll see when the day comes the real impact from this. But it's good they're making efforts there, right? Battlegrounds added new battleground camps to the cities of Daggerfall, Davin's Watch, Vocal Card. Okay. This is because they're making battlegrounds, everywhere, remember? So, not just in Marwyn. Keeps. Alliance points earned from defending objectives no longer requires you to wait for the tick. Instead, each objective tracked whether you earn credit towards it. This is good. You don't have to stand around then. Get credit is achieved by these actions: assisting in killing players, healing and damaging, resurrecting a player character, effective healing, non-self.
Son of a bitch.
Credit is sourced between players that are both in areas associated. The AP awarded the pools 50-50 split. Okay, so they're changing defensive ticks. Offensive capture ticks still have a base value that will be granted regardless of being on the credit list, but any bonus AP earned by combat around it will be granted by players that are on the credit list. They don't really talk about the values of those though. I don't know. I don't know how those are. Like, if those are split between like say a large group's plowing through a keep, killing stuff, do they just scoop up all the credits then? And the other people that are fighting stuff too, they'll kill a couple people. I guess they'll only get a couple credits. I don't know how it'll split them there. Because if that's the case, it just comes down to like tagging enemies if you really want AP. I don't know, but they're trying to make efforts on the AP stuff, I guess. I don't know. If you've been PvPing as long as I have, like, AP's never been a thing to you. You don't really care about it. If you want something with AP, you buy it because you always have it. I know not everybody's like that. Like, if you're not PvPing a lot, but I don't really care about AP. It's more about like the fights and good ones. It's just so when I look at some of these things, I wonder what does this promote? What is Joe 1 through 20 that's gonna group up and go slam down a keep with 4 people in it? What are they thinking about when they go through this? Because a lot of people that are doing that stuff just want AP. There's a lot of people, they just go in there, they want AP. They're like, what is the path of least resistance? Well, we're going to take 24 of us. We're going to go hit Fort Rails because nobody's there. We're going to flip the keep, and we're going to get AP for it. And they do that shit. And that kind of stuff's kind of dumb. But, all right. Let's move on. You can now be on all credit lists for a single keep superstructure at the same time. Keep, mine, lumber mill, and farm. However, if you attack or defend a new structure, your credit for the prior structure is removed. Well, that's bullshit. What, you gotta wait for the tick? Entering a delve in Cyrodiil wipes your credit from all lists. If your character dies, you will not be cleared from a credit list, but logging out of game will. What if I crash? What if we crash? Increase the amount of AP you earn from a keep defense with a multiplier based on the lowest ranking resource level of that keep. For example, keeps that have higher rank foods or wood will have a higher defense tick for the keep. Remember, guys, to earn defensive AP, you must participate in the defense and not simply show up to watch the fight. Well, that's a shame. It's going to ruin a lot of dreams. Added a new keep upgrade to more defensive siege weapons. The higher the keep levels are on wood, food, and ore, the more siege weapons defenders can place. Currently, defensive caps 30 weapons playable on a fully upgraded keep. Oh god, I don't even want to click this. The main goal for these systems was to be more forgiving and allow more movement in the battlefield without feeling like you have to magnetize yourself to a keep or a resource after you've taken it over. It's meant to reinforce clearing the area and moving to your next target without regret or loss. I don't even know what the fuck I just read. I'm gonna start over. Defensive caps 30 weapons. The main goal of these systems was to be more forgiving and allow more movement in the battlefield. So more siege equals more movement in the battlefield. And it's more forgiving as well. Without feeling like you have to magnetize. Terrible choice of words. Just so you're not stuck in one place in the keep after you've taken it over. It's meant to reinforce clearing the area and moving to your next target without regret or loss. I don't even get this. Like, I get it. You can have more siege. I don't know what this means though. Someone help in chat. They want.
Hello, cutie pie.
Thank you, Black Lassie. Lonely Brett,
One
you're
of us
welcome.
is in deep trouble.
They want use to patrol the keep and resources. It's meant that you don't have to hang around for defensive tick. No, not what does this mean? That comment is for the whole group of changes above, not for the siege increase. Oh, the main goal of these systems. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So you don't have to stay at the keep. You can move around the resources. They're all attached to the keep. That makes sense. Sorry, we're a couple rums in at this point. All right, that makes sense. I'm not a fan of upping the siege cap. Let me just tell you, like, I like siege and I like sieging castles. I do not like sieging castles in ESO though. All right, dude sets up ballistas and he's just letting them rip left and right. All right, one dude can apparently run 4 trebs at the same time. You know what? It doesn't. I don't even know why the fuck I'm gonna complain about it. We're not gonna change siege. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. Siege is what it is. Now there's more of them. Great. You know, fuck it. Let's just move on. I think the whole siege element blows. Like it's like I'm coming in the keep. You're either gonna come out here and fight me. You're not going to kill me with siege. You know you're not gonna kill me with siege. Okay.
Hello, cutie
I'm
pie.
coming inside the keep, unless you want to fight me.
One of us is in
It's annoying.
deep trouble.
Nishimara, welcome. You Black Lassie again. They made the siege hit area smaller and hits players for far less damage. Okay. Yeah, I think ballistas were nerfed, right? I think we'll read that in here. I think we had said that. Let's get through the rest. Keep upgrades, spawn new structures, no longer cause invisible or missing fixtures. That's good. Make several changes to keep and resource upgrades. Move the honor guard ability. Upgrades to food rank 5. Okay. All right. This is just like keep stuff. Add a new daily quest. Includes an old favorite such as kill 40 enemy players.
Hello, cutie pie.
Capture any 3 keeps. Capture any 9 resources. All 3 towns.
One of us is in deep trouble.
That one's kind of cool. Capture all 3 towns. I don't like any quests are a new quest condition that you must capture unique structures, meaning you can't get credit by capturing Alicewell 3 times. It's a goddamn shame. Frozen Gift and Slash Lurk.
Hello, cutie pie.
Slash Lurk, you out there?
One of us is in deep trouble.
We got Naya coming in as well. Gifted a sub from Lassie. Ginger Mane coming in with the prime. Thank you. Welcome. I haven't even seen that alert yet, Nias. It's one of my favorite scenes from Running Man. I told it to Joe. He's one of my helpful mods, and he just put it up for me. I literally have not even seen it yet because I don't have the thing up on another monitor right now like I used to. But I love it. It's a great Running Man's got a lot of great lines. Let's stay on track here though. Let's stay on track. We're plowing right through here. Get off the screen. There we go. Campaign scoring drastically reduced the underpopulation of the underdog evaluation periods. This will result in alliances getting underdog or underpopulation bonus scoring adjustments more frequently. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You know what we need to go hand in hand with underdog? You know what we need with underdog? We need some underdog like buffs. All right. Some dynamic ult gen. All right. I'll cut it off there. But you want to give the underdog something? Don't give him points. Don't tell him, hey, you're doing a great job on the campaign. I know you're getting plowed out there, but don't worry. You're getting extra points. Just put me on the battlefield, coach. Like, I want to go in there and fight. That's the underdog advantage I want. I don't want points for getting my ass whipped, you know, and outnumbered. It's insane. Emperors associated with closed campaigns will now find they are former emperors. Why'd you have to go and do that? That doesn't impact me. Just like, that's what you had to take care of. Who got killed by someone that had an emperor title that wasn't an emperor at ZeniMax? That was like, this needs to be fixed. Please fix it. Well, it's been in there for a while, but all right, there you go. Good. Siege changes. Catapults now have their area damage persist in the world for 8 seconds after impact, resulting in better area denial. For example, a meatbag catapult will leave an area of healing reduction over 8 seconds instead of applying just to the players of impact. Okay. That makes sense.
One of us is in deep trouble.
Are you welcome? Thank you, Lassie. So that's interesting. So this is area of denial. This is like, and the siege ones are they separate debuffs? I don't know if they are. Like meatbag, for example, as they mention. I don't know if they're stacking separate things. That's interesting. If you're like fighting in a room, you go to a tower, be like, hey, put up this thing and shoot it on the ground, so we'll have that debuff in the fight. But less impact damage. Increased ballista damage versus siege by 17%. Reduced it versus players by 10. Those are generally pretty small, negligible amounts overall. You'll feel it with Cold Harbor, I guess. Again, like, why are we countering siege? I don't get it.
One of us is in deep trouble.
Brian Wheeler, welcome. Welcome in. Wheels of Steel's got the biceps now too. Thank you, Economator. I remember hearing more about siege, but that's not too bad. The one that's relevant here is this, like the persisting damage. That'll have some interesting impact there. So they're focusing less on impact damage and more on denial. We'll see how that carries out. You're gonna feel it when you're fighting those Dominion. Let me tell you, you're gonna have 30 siege up on the wall. They're gonna take full advantage of it. They can't wait. I think they already have diagrams of how to outline and layer 20 ballistas on the wall with 10 trebs behind it. They're just gonna be dropping bombs on people. So this is arts and animation. Whoa, wait, justice system? Fix an issue that could cause your character to be locked in place. Oh, that... I thought they were bringing the justice system back. The denizens of Tamriel are now more likely to greet you with suspicion when you talk to them. When you have a bounty. How does everyone know you have a bounty? Alright, max rank immovable pots created with 3 matching ingredients now last longer? That could be really good. I bet it's 1.5 seconds, tops. Does anybody know off the top of their head? I bet it's 1.5 seconds. I bet it's, at best. It's just enough to be like, nope, it's not worth it. Gotcha. You got excited for a second. Get CC'd in PvP and die. But we're gonna have to check out those, maybe the infused jewelry can help there. I don't know. Really interested in that. Cause I haven't seen anything definitive on that. Let me get through the rest and I can hop on the PTS here. If there's anything else that's really... Is there anything, unless I bump into it here, guys, that... Here's the performance we talked about. Increased amount of CPU cores client should improve the overall frame rate. So this should be very helpful. Probably just for PC. I don't know about console. I don't know if it's going to change anything there. Improve character positioning resulting in faster character load. Okay. Is this the silver bullet? I don't think it is. I think when we get the silver bullet patch, you guys should put in the patch notes, just put like a silver, like a full silver bullet around it. But I don't know if we're gonna get it on Vivek, because I'd love to go there and not lag and stream it. I want to stream that mass PvP, but I can't. It's horrible. We got to go to mid-size PvP. That's good shit. Kind of skipping through. Gonna look at chat, see if anyone... I got amp when I saw Justice. So did I. You missed a fix to Nightblade's cloak you might like. Only 1 tick of damage / heal crits. Oh, we've been talking about that the past week. Fix an issue where this Morse effect was causing all of your healing over time effects to critically strike, not just and not consume the effect. No shit. How did we miss this? How long have I been saying this, guys? How long have I been saying this? On top of becoming invincible, everything's just critting. It's like, boom, Dawnbreaker. He goes into stealth at like 10%. He comes out, he's at 100, and he's like incapping you in the back. You're like, what the fuck just happened? Oh, you crit healed rally? Cool. I wish I could use medium like that. That's good. That's excellent. Hope it's actually fixed. Hope it works. Buff Stanblades, get out of here, mubs. Get out. Won't affect my Nightblade. That's good. It's not gonna. There's a lot of great Nightblades out there that won't be buried by that. Believe me, I know it. It was just it was an unintended, very strong effect. You have to understand. You go into stealth, you're taking damage. Your enemy target is defiled, while you on the other side are in stealth for a second, and you're critting your vigor, you're critting your rally, you're coming like it just no. Doesn't make sense. So. Do we miss anything else, guys? Gamepad added a new screenshot mode. There we go. Good, good. Fix an issue where store buyback screen failed to categorize. All right. Did we get everything? Bolt escape may get stuck and not teleport when cast it on uneven terrains or stairs. Yeah, it's been happening for a while. Known issues? Okay. Well. Welcome to the club, Gina. Jewelry crafting. The instant all research scrolls don't advance jewelry crafting research yet. Instant all research? What the hell is that? Hello YouTube, rip Stam DK, you'll be missed. Now is the age of Magic DK. This guy's not wrong. I don't think I've seen anything for Stam DK in forever. Stam DK was already coming out like weak as fuck. What did they really get other than a ability to have major mending longer with their shield? But why? With Magic DK's really been doing well. They're already hitting pretty good. So do we get everything? Is that the patch? Did we talk about the fact they give guards Eclipse, not giving CC immunity? I did see that, yeah. Yeah, that's good. I didn't catch it in here. I think guards are supposed to be tougher. I absolutely hate that. Just gonna have to deal with it. That's okay. Guards are stronger, I think. They're already annoying, but whatever. It's not the end of the world. What do you think will be better, Stam Warden or Stam Sork? I think Stam Warden is still a beast. Really because it has Subterranean. It has such a strong delayed burst skill that can be queued up with whatever else you want to build in with it. So it's really in its own category with that. And then it has all the other great things that go along with it. The fact that it can have minor berserk, major heroism, good sustain. You know, I think it'll be. You can't mess with the sub assault, baby. But with that said, Stamsork's still already pretty good right now. I haven't played it in a little bit, past couple weeks. It's not bad right now. It looks like it's gonna have the ability to have some new cool stuff in this next patch. It's still good. Like they can beat up a Stam Warden, no problem. Right? It's not so disadvantaged there, right? The era of light attack spammers begins. I'm a little. It's a little interesting. Why encourage light attacks so much? I'm not sure. I don't get it. As someone said earlier, I guess for PvE, the PvP implications of it though, it's not huge. It's not like, man, I'm getting smothered by light attacks, but they add up. They keep adding up. It's all that little damage that you have to figure out how to mitigate. And the more you mitigate, the less damage you end up doing. Somewhere in between, you have to squeeze in sustained for the situation. And it's very difficult to make a build to fight outnumbered. You're outnumbered and 20 guys are light attacking you. Like, it starts to hurt more and more. They already gain ult quicker than you. It piles up, you know. We do a quick overview summary of this. I mean, the biggest changes again are I see in build possibilities, and I think being able to change jewelry in conjunction with the fact that you can have different weapon setups, which will largely affect Magicka with Resto, Destro, but two-handed bow too for some people that like to do that a lot on Stam. So right off the bat, you're gonna have different kind of build options there. I think that's like the first biggest thing. None of these classes got like revamped or something. Certain things were adjusted, tweaked, changed a little. But I think we'll see the possibility of really min-maxing, so to speak, certain setups with the new kind of jewelry changes. So we'll have to poke at that though. But we'll see. We can get on the PTS and look at a couple of these, which we will do. But we did hit everything, I think, in this, right? Can you link the notes? Yeah, I can. Do that here in a sec. Let me hop back in.